Live by Live has all of your favorite music, and you can listen for free. Whether you hit play on one of our hundreds of curated music stations or create your own custom artist radio station, you'll find the music you love on Live by Live. Visit livexlive.com or search LiveX Live in the App Store or Google Play and listen for free now.
Darkcast Network. The light shines brightest on our indie podcasts.
Hi, this is Kelly.
And this is Jenna.
You're listening to ODFM.
Today's episode is One Dipstick for Murder. This story is from May of 1992. May 1992, that would be junior year of high school for the both of us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is one of the first One of the first true crime stories that really caught my interest.
Ooh, okay.
For a couple of reasons. One, it was heavily sensationalized. Two, the accused was my age.
Ooh, okay.
And three, there were not one, not two, but three made-for-TV movies about this case.
How many times can you remake a...
Right?
Okay.
And two of them starred actresses that I liked who were also my age, Alyssa Milano and Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yes. Boy, they got two that couldn't even look close at all. Like right? Two different sides of the spectrum. Okay.
So, I am, of course, talking about the Long Island Lolita herself.
Oh, yes.
Miss Amy Fisher.
Amy, what up, girl? Okay.
So, I felt like I knew this story, but I knew this story as like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, as the TV shorts showed us. Yeah.
Exactly. And the made-for-TV movie and hard copy, that's what I knew, right?
Yep.
So I decided to actually research this story like a real true crime story and find out the real detail.
I haven't heard stuff about this in years, so I've forgotten everything anyway.
Plus, the wife, I mean, we're older than the wife.
Was then
now.
At the time? Oh, my
Yes, she was 37 at the time.
Whoa,
and had two kids. So we're older than that, and we have two kids. So actually, right now, we relate more to the victim.
Wow.
So that was also another reason where I was like, oh, this is going to be kind of weird to cover.
That's mind-blowing, yes. Ooh, because I remember thinking, how gross should it be with somebody who's so much older?
Right? Oh, yeah, that part hasn't changed.
Oh.
He's still gross.
He's still gross.
Still gross.
He was always gross.
Yeah, that we got from the start, and that has not changed.
No. Okay, good.
We're going to start here on Tuesday, May 19th, 1992. So this is a Tuesday. It's the middle of the day on a Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
We're just like counting down to the end of the year. Like, come on, summer. We can do this, right?
So close.
37-year-old Mary Jo Buttafuoco, which, by the way, they're right there, okay?
Yeah,
when you're in high school and the name is Buttafuoco, it catches your attention. I'm sorry.
It's so close, but fuck her. I mean, it's just so close.
That reminds me, when I was watching...
That brought back a good memory.
I took some screen grabs, but while I was watching one of the documentaries on this, and I had the captions on so I could hear, like, see what they were saying. Sometimes Buttafuoco came up as Butterfucker.
Oh!
More than once.
I think there's probably...
out as Butterfucker.
There's got to be a fetish of that somewhere.
I was like,
oh my God, Butterfucker.
Okay, so Buttafuoco. Okay, so 37-year-old Mary Jo Buttafuoco is at her home in Biltmore Shores neighborhood of Massapequa, Long Island, New York.
Jeez, that's a mouthful.
Right? Seriously. Yeah. Everything about them is a mouthful. It's all like, there's all these words. Oh, God.
Gross.
Okay, so her two kids are at school. Her husband is at work at his family's auto repair business, Complete Auto Body. Nothing
weird about that.
Nothing weird about that. The doorbell rings and she answers the door to find a teenage girl asking if she's Mrs. Buttafuoco. When Mary Jo says yes, the girl asks if she can come outside on the front porch. She wants to talk to her about her husband, Joey.
Uh-oh.
And their front porch, it was just, I have pictures of their house, but it was just like 2 steps up to get to their front door.
Oh, okay. Just
it
a little.
Yeah, it wasn't covered. There wasn't like an awning or anything. It was just, and then you go up and there's like a storm door. And then
right.
Their front door. So it was just like 2 steps and a small cement slab. It wasn't like a big porch or anything. So she's like, can you come out? So that was, I thought even that was weird. Like, I would have been like, why do I gotta come out? Why can't I just stand here? So she comes out, right? According to Mary Jo herself.
Okay.
The teenager says, I'm here to tell you that your husband is having an affair with my little sister.
Her little sister.
Her little sister.
Oh, okay.
Mary Jo responds, so this is Long Island, right? And I can't do accents, so I'm not going to try. Right.
Okay.
But she's like, so her answer, when she tells her this, her answer is, oh, yeah? I mean, can you hear it?
Oh,
yeah?
totally. Oh, yeah.
Not like, no, or, just, oh, yeah?
Yeah, like if...
So she's like, oh, yeah? Well, who are you? And the girl says her name is Anne Marie and that she knows Joey because she's had work done at his auto body shop, which Mary Jo was like, it's a pretty well-known auto body shop. Like everyone's had, that's not
everyone's. So.
Right. Okay, so has hundreds of other people, right? Mm-hmm. The teen says she has proof and holds up a complete auto body T-shirt.
Well, that'll do it right there.
Right, there you go. There's your evidence. And said she found it in her sister's bed. Now, also, I'm sitting there going, okay, when I was a teenager, any promotional T-shirt I could find was pretty much pajamas, right? You just threw that on, right?
Absolutely.
So
Still
again, no joke. Seriously. So grown up I am. Okay.
I know. Same.
And this also is not a big deal to Mary Jo because she knows that the business gives out promotional T-shirts to all its customers. It's free promo. Like, again, big deal.
Right.
Like, Mary Jo's probably like, I got one in my bed right now. Like, that's what I slept in.
I'm glad she's enjoying her promotional T-shirt. Thanks for stopping by.
She was like, this is not proof at all. So Mary Jo tells the girl, obviously not buying it. She's like, okay, I'll give Joey a call. I'll let him know you stopped by.
Thanks.
Right? Thanks.
Stopping by.
Right?
Fuck off.
And she turns to go back into the house. According to an interview I watched with her, she feels an explosion in her head.
Oh.
And the force of it pulled her backwards and out onto the front walkway. And they kind of had like a sidewalk that went up to their house.
Oh, okay.
There was a walkway that went from like the driveway to the front door.
Oh.
And so she's there and she's laying on her back. She said she hit the ground, but she didn't feel anything.
Oh my God.
And she tried to roll over, but she couldn't move. And then everything went black.
Oh, shit. Woo.
The next thing she knows, Mary Jo wakes up and she's in the hospital to a nurse loudly telling her, Mary Jo, you've been shot, but you're going to be okay.
You're fine, girl. You're fine.
But it was kind of where it's like, hey, you've been shot, but you're okay. I'd be like, how about a gentle Mary Jo? You okay?
I'm sorry, do you know where you are?
No, I was like, hey, you've been shot.
Buck up.
That's how she described it, too.
Oh, my God.
Mary Jo had been shot in the head. A bullet entered on the right side of her face, just in front of her ear.
Ah.
So, like, yeah. It had broken her jaw. It severed her carotid artery, and it was lodged at the base of her brain, just above her spinal column.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a miracle it didn't kill her on the spot.
Oh, shit.
It really is. After a 7-hour surgery, doctors were unable to remove the bullets.
Oh, no. It was still in there?
It was still in there. It was too dangerous to get it out. But they repaired as much damage as they could. Mary Jo is paralyzed on the right side of her face and deaf in her right ear. But she's going to survive. So she's going to live. But she definitely has paralysis to the right side of her face and deaf in the right ear. Right? Unbelievable.
That bitch.
From her hospital bed, a police detective interviews her, and she gives a description of the teenager and the T-shirt. She's like, and she had a T-shirt. That was her proof.
Yeah.
Her husband, Joey, is also in the room as she's describing this to the detective, and he goes, I know who this is. It's Amy, Mr. Fisher's daughter.
Oh.
Weird. Happens to know who that is right away.
How do you know? Yeah. What you been doing, right. Joey?
He goes on to say that Amy and her father are frequent customers at his shop. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that the most recent T-shirt he gave out was to Amy. Okay.
So that's his excuse as to how he knows who it is right away. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
So Joey gives police the Fisher's address, phone number, and Amy's beeper number. Now, I don't know if you remember, I did not have a beeper in high school.
No, me neither. Did not have a beeper. No. Didn't know anyone who had a beeper.
Didn't know anybody who had a beeper. I got my first one just as I graduated college, so at least 4 to 5 years later, and I did it so that when I was freelancing, I could. That was the whole reason I got it. It wasn't because I, was that
dealing drugs.
Popular.
Oh. Yeah.
Or dealing drugs. Nobody needed to get a hold of me that bad.
No, I had no beeper.
So I certainly didn't need one junior year of high school. I can tell you that. So
they need me at band practice.
Oh God. Okay. Joey has Amy's beeper number, and he also mentions that back at the shop he has photos of Amy that Amy had given him.
Yeah, something's weird there.
Right. I don't even send my mechanic a Christmas card.
No.
So interesting.
Only reason I would is because my mechanic's wife is one of my good friends. So that's again, way different. Way different. Oof.
So detectives have Joey page Amy to track her down. She calls back immediately.
Oh, shit.
Joey asks where she is, and she says she's at home, with her parents because she's...
Yeah, because she's a teenager.
After the call, she hangs up and she immediately leaves the house.
Uh-oh.
And drives away, but is picked up by police a block away. Yeah, so
right.
they were ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's taken down to the Nassau County Police Department, and she is arrested for attempted murder.
Ooh, that went fast. All right, Joey, we need to know a little more about what you've been up to, buddy.
Right. Amy Elizabeth Fisher was born on August 21st, 1971. That can't be right.
She's older than us then.
I think I wrote that down wrong. It must have been 74. I think it was 74. I think I typed wrong.
That or she just got held back many times.
Yeah. I think I typed that wrong.
She's 25. I'm still a junior. Okay.
I can read, I swear. Hold on. Hold on. Yep, 74.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Good Lord. I was like, that cannot be right. I just can't type. Okay. She is an only child.
Okay.
So no little sister.
Yeah, no little sister to blame this on. Interesting.
She's an only child. She lives with her parents in Merrick, Long Island. Amy is a high school senior at Kennedy High School in Belmore. Why was she a senior? She should have been a junior.
I know. She was advanced. So instead of...
Whatever. You know what? She was 16, 17. Yeah, she was in that age. Whatever. Doesn't really make too much sense.
No, she's still...
She went to school at Kennedy High School in Belmore, New York. She had plans to go to college after graduation. She wanted to study fashion design. She drives her very own Chrysler convertible. She has a pager, and she wears designer clothes.
Oh, so she's doing pretty good. So I can see why she has a pager, because she had money.
She had some money.
Where was she getting this money?
I don't know yet. Also, she was an only child, so she was probably a little bit spoiled.
Yeah, a little spoiled. I was thinking maybe she had some expensive boyfriends, rich older boyfriends.
She
possibly.
Might. Mm-hmm. Despite outward appearances, Amy did not have a happy childhood. According to her, and verified by some family members, she was physically and verbally abused by her father.
Ooh.
Molested by a family member.
Oh.
And raped in her bedroom at the age of 13 by a repairman.
What the actual fuck? What? Where's mom? Why is the repairman in there?
So this information came from Amy herself and is backed up by her mother, But none of these things were ever reported to police.
Oh.
So
I can kind of understand why, but still. Oh, okay.
Right. And the time, when it happened, the early 90s. Okay, so Amy got arrested, right? And charged with attempted murder. So she's been there all night. She was arrested. After a night of questioning and denying her involvement in
that thing she was doing.
So it's been a whole night, right?
Okay.
And they've been questioning her?
Questioning? They've been
questioning her. And all night she's been denying her involvement. What the hell?
Wow. Your head is shorting out. What is in your drink? Are you drinking?
Pop. It's just pop. Okay, she's denying. I don't have any idea what's going on, right?
Yep.
They've been questioning her and stuff. Police then tell Amy that Mary Jo had identified her as her attacker from a photo that was provided by Joey.
So was she not aware that Mary Jo had lived?
No. You know what? Because Mary Jo didn't come out of it for like 3 days.
Oh, so maybe she has...
No, because Mary Jo gave her the information. So no, Mary Jo is alive because Mary Jo identified her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what she knew for those 3 days.
Because maybe she thought, I got it done.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting, yeah. Okay. Anyway,
that wasn't any information that came up. So, Okay. So she must know that Mary Jo's alive. And she certainly does now. Saying that her attacker, so she's like, she identified you, and it wasn't just from a photo, but that Joey had said, is this the person who shot you? I have this photo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? So once they told her that, her demeanor changed.
Oh.
And she told police that she had been having an affair with Joey Buttafuoco.
That they're like, what? Gross.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that's not what we were hoping we were going to say at all. This is taking a turn for the worse.
You nasty girl. So he.
Amy met Joey at his body shop in 1991 when her father took his car in for repairs. After that, she brought her own car in for repairs several times. And apparently, she purposefully caused damage to her car as an excuse to bring her car in to see him.
Oh, but it's not even like he's slightly attractive.
So I was thinking about that. Like, it was reminding me a lot of like Drew Peterson.
Yes. So maybe he's charismatic or something.
But see, if you look at the videos and stuff of him, like my original memories of him are, when he was doing interviews and stuff, like when all three of them became like...
Yeah, big headliners, yeah.
Exactly, right? But before that, he was a little on the chubby side.
Right.
Like, he lost weight for the cameras. Like, he tried to look good. So when this was going on, he was not his best self. Let's just say that, okay? He was... Yeah. So, yeah, it kind of reminded me of Stacey Peterson having a thing, being 16 and having a thing for a guy who was old enough to be her dad.
Ugh.
And
woof.
And who wasn't, and that's the other thing I was like, it's not like granted he was like a businessman and he had money.
Right.
Right. Same with like Drew Peterson, he was a police officer. He had some money. This isn't like Prince Charles, who not a great looker, but happens to be a prince.
But has,
you know what I mean?
A status, like big status.
Like, I think some people probably find Steven Tyler attractive. Yeah. I personally don't. But I think there are also people who find him more attractive because he happens to be
a rock star
singer,
Right.
Exactly. This guy worked in his family auto body repair shop. Like,
right. I don't get the attraction.
That's not enough to like put like the rose-colored glasses on, in my opinion.
And maybe it's the bad daddy issues or something. I don't know.
I'm sure that has something to do with it, but like, I don't know. I just Okay. At this time, when she met him, she was 16 and he was 35.
Oh, ouch. Ooh, even 25 at that age is a big difference.
Right?
For maturity. Yeah.
Right. He's married. He's got 2 kids. Oof. And he's got a beer belly. Like,
yeah, that's what I remember about him too. And gray in the hair.
So they had a flirtatious relationship that then developed into a sexual relationship.
See, and I feel like that's a big him. Leap. I know, gross. And what's wrong with him? That's like so pedophile.
Totally.
Like, I look at 16-year-olds and how they look, and they look like babies to me at this age. I can't.
Exactly. Yeah. And she, I mean, even if she, made herself up, and some girls will make themselves up and they look older.
She didn't.
Yeah. I don't think she could have passed for more than 21.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even done up. It's not like she looked.
Yeah, some girls can. Yeah, look way older. But.
Amy tells police that what happened was Joey drove her home one time from the repair shop, and her parents were out, and they ended up in her bedroom having sex for the first time. Also romantic, a 16-year-old's bedroom.
Yeah, right?
Right? I mean, mine still had, like, New Kids posters on the walls.
Oh, my God.
Shit,
my kids, my kids' bedrooms, and they're in that age range. Oof.
I mean...
Not sexy. Mm-mm.
From that day on, she was in love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was hook, line, and sinker. He took her out to fancy restaurants, took her out on his boat.
Oh my God.
They went to motels. I was like, I'm like reading this information. I'm like, fancy restaurants. I could see where you could be taken by that. Taken out his boat. I could see that. That's motels.
Nice. I know, not so hot. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. They even had sex in an apartment that was above the auto body shop.
Ew. What? Right? Come on, dude. You're gross.
It was just like, every auto body shop I've ever been in has like a faint smell of oil and gasoline.
Oh, absolutely. That's funny because you were saying that and I was imagining the smell because my grandpa had an auto body shop. Yes. Not attractive.
Sexy. Anyway, Amy tells police that Joey knew she had plans to shoot Mary Jo.
Wow, Joey.
Mm-hmm. According to Amy, from the start of their relationship, Joey told her that he hated his wife and wanted to get rid of her.
I see. I see what he's doing here.
Amy says she was in love with Joey and would do anything for him. Okay, which I can put my mind in 16-year-old mode.
Yeah.
In love, I'll do anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a big ask, but you know what I mean? Like,
total.
Oh my God, but this is the guy forever.
Oh, for sure.
She said that by May of 1992, which is when the shooting occurred, the conversation had changed from just Joey hated his wife and wanted to be rid of her to maybe Amy could help him kill his wife.
You're a juvenile. You won't get as much time as I would.
Mm-hmm. Right? And Amy, who's hook, line, and sinker, is like, I think I could get a gun. Which still, I'm like, when I was 16, I couldn't have told you how to get weed. But apparently, she can get a gun. So, I don't know. I was also a nerd. So,
she's got all the connections.
She's got a lot more connections than I do.
Well, that's the funny thing, because in Wyoming, everybody has a gun, so they're like in everybody's trucks.
There you go.
High school,
so it wouldn't have been a big deal.
No, but still.
So once she said, I think I could get a gun, then that's when the plan for her to show up on the doorstep was formed. Oh. And she said this was a joint plan. This was not her on her own. This is something they discussed together.
He probably had told her that whole time, now remember, this is just you. Don't talk about me at all. And she's like, Joey, blah.
Well, you had to show them my picture, didn't you? You pointed them right at me. Amy admits that on that Tuesday, May 19th, when she told Mary Jo that her husband was having an affair with a young girl, Mary Jo didn't believe her. She said, she kind of blew her off.
You're right.
And when Mary Jo was kind of dismissive and was like, oh, yeah?
Yeah, it pissed her off.
Amy got pissed. Exactly. And that she had been holding the gun in her pocket. So I'm imagining she was wearing like a jacket and she had her hands in her pocket and her had the gun in the pocket. She'd been holding the gun in her pocket, and out of anger, she hit Mary Jo with it, and it went off.
Huh. Well, no. That's not how that works.
Right. So that's what she said. She said she it was like in her right hand.
It just went off.
She took a swing at her with the gun, and the gun went off.
You gotta have your finger on the trigger, though. Right. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
She said that after seeing all the blood, Amy panicked and ran. So gun goes off, there's blood, she's like, shit, and she runs. This is what she's telling police. Amy said that the man who sold her the gun was actually in a car parked across the street from the Buttafuoco home. He's the one who drove her there.
Oh.
So there's all kinds of stuff about how he was involved and whatever, but
he's a full service gun provider.
Exactly.
I'll even drive you to where you're going to shoot someone.
Right. The gun for $200, another $50, and I will be your driver. Seems like a good deal.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
He's the one who drove her there. He was parked across the street. And so she just runs to the car. They drive off. And she said that he tossed the gun and the shirt into a sewer drain.
Because that shirt is such great evidence.
I know, right? So they took the shirt with them.
Oh, man.
At the end of her police interview, Amy signs a written confession.
Ooh.
So she said all that, they wrote it all out, and she signed it.
All right. It's official, girl.
It's official. I think she should have had a lawyer, but that's me.
Oh, she didn't have a lawyer present.
Well, she's 16.
Oh, she is.
No, she's 17 at this point, I believe. Yes, and she's 17 at this point, sorry.
Oh, she probably didn't have her parents in there, too. Yeah.
No, she didn't. And although I believe at least as far as statutory rape, 17 is an adult. So maybe she didn't have to. I don't know.
Oh, man.
She was in there by herself. The next thing police do is interview Joey Buttafuoco.
Oh, God.
He denies any knowledge or involvement in the shooting. He denies having a sexual relationship with her.
Of course
Deny.
Yeah.
Right? Mary Jo asks her husband. This is an interview that she gave. She's like, I asked him if he had a relationship with Amy, and he denies it.
So it's like, okay.
Right.
Good.
Mary Jo said at first she believes him.
Okay.
But as weeks are going on, she starts questioning it, thinking, why else would this girl have a motive to shoot me? Like, there's,
Absolutely. There'd be a huge disconnect.
16-year-old girls don't just pick a house and go.
Is her name Mrs. Buttafuoco or Mrs. Whatever? She also knew her name.
So there must be something, right? In Amy's written confession, she stated that Mary Jo had gotten upset and yelled and cursed at her.
Oh.
Mary Jo was like, that's not what happened. And that they fought over the gun before it went off.
Oh.
Apparently that's what the written statement has. That Amy said, and Mary Jo's story is, nope, I just was like, all right, I'll call my husband, we'll talk about it. She turns to leave and she gets shot. So we will never know exactly what happened because Ring doorbells did not exist.
Oh.
Could you imagine if they had?
Man. Yeah,
right?
I know the whole story.
3 days after the shooting, Amy Fisher is arraigned on charges of attempted murder. Her bail is set at $2 million, which is the highest in the history of the county. Her attorney, has an attorney now, raises the money by selling her story to a movie production company.
How is that
She
legal?
hasn't even gone to court yet.
No.
I mean, that seems like a very bad idea.
Very bad.
Right?
Very bad. Mm-hmm.
Like, don't talk to anybody until shit gets settled.
Seriously. Oh, well, I guess you screwed your life up. May as well make you famous.
Oh, my God, right? So word gets out that Amy Fisher, a 17-year-old high school student, is also an escort.
Oh, wow. So
I was babysitting and worked at McDonald's. Those were my two jobs when I was in high school.
Yep. I was fast food. Never would even known about the possibility of being an escort. Wow. So that's how she had the convertible and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Aha. It all makes sense.
A video comes out showing her getting into bed with a client from the escort service.
Oh,
Someone videoed it. Police investigators confirm that the rumors are true. She has been working as a prostitute.
Wow. And she was a student. Oh, man. Holy cow.
I was just trying to figure out how I was going to, get a paper done in time.
No shit.
While...
I didn't have time for that.
Nobody had time
wasn't allowed.
For that.
No.
Oh my
I had
God.
to be back by 11. That'd have been no
Seriously,
time to get my
wasn't
escorting
allowed
going.
to work closing at McDonald's, okay?
Rude.
I wasn't allowed to serve fries after 8 p.m. So, it was very different.
I guess that worked out for us.
Very, very different.
Okay.
So now Amy's out on bail. This is the period of time between when the shooting occurs, but before anybody goes to court. Amy begins doing interviews to tell her side of the story.
Bad idea. No.
She says it was Joey who suggested that she work for an escort service.
Oh. Okay, you're so good at this. You should probably start making money doing it.
God, yeah.
Oh, no.
You know how they tell you in high school, find what you love and what you're good at and find a way to make money?
This is your career path. What classes can we take to follow this career path?
You are so good at this. I think. Ugh. So now he's also her school counselor. Ugh.
Oh.
She said Joey suggested it, saying she'd make a lot of money for herself.
Uh-huh.
She thought it sounded exciting.
Yeah, that sounds
different
great.
Ideas of exciting.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And she, in the interview, said that it turned out that Joey liked to hear stories about her dates.
Ew.
So while they were dating, then he would be like, she would.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so much of this is vomity. It's very vomity.
Very, very vomity.
I'm sorry. I should have given a vomit warning at the beginning of this episode.
Trigger warning.
She also says that after 4 months, she asked Joey to leave Mary Jo to be with her. She was...
Oh.
This was not a
4 months.
part-time. This wasn't a fling.
Wow. Well, relationships are accelerated in high school.
Right.
You gotta...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? 4 months is practically like a year.
Totally.
Right? If you date someone for 2 years, you're practically engaged.
Oh, you totally are. I mean,
right?
you're common law by then.
Ooh, right. Oh, God. Okay. After 4 months, she asked Joey to leave Mary Jo. When he didn't, she ended the relationship. This is all from her point of view, by the way.
Oh, right. Okay.
She ended the relationship, but became so distraught that she attempted suicide.
Okay.
So she had obviously some issues going on,
Yeah,
but I
she
also
definitely
remember being 16.
Oh, yes.
And
Everything
getting broken up with, and
very
it was
dramatic.
literally the end of the world.
It is very dramatic times.
Possibly go on. Okay, so she attempted suicide. A little trigger warning here. You might want to fast forward 30 seconds. Her mother found her in the bathroom after cutting her wrists. So it was a legit attempt. And a month later, she started dating Joey again because that's the smart way to fix that.
Because that's healthy. Oh, no.
Problem solved.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm good again.
4 months after the shooting, Amy takes a deal and pleads guilty to the lesser charge of reckless assault.
Okay. Right. That's a way lesser charge. Yeah.
Right? Especially since a gun was involved, I feel like. Okay. In court, she tells the judge, because, you have to admit your guilt if you're going to take a plea.
Right. Okay.
So in court, she tells the judge that on May 19th, she went to see Mary Jo Buttafuoco with a loaded gun in her pocket. She says that she confronts Mary Jo on the front steps of the house. And when Mary Jo turned to walk away, Amy hit her on the back of the head with the gun.
Okay.
She went to hit her a second time, and the gun went off.
Oof.
But she also mentions in court that at that moment she had kind of a PTSD flashback to her violent childhood.
Whoa. But she's the one being violent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, her rage or whatever, it was kind of it reminded me of she qualified it, if that's the right word. Like when someone says, well, I'm sorry, but you did this first, right? It was
but it wasn't really my fault.
She admitted her guilt, but she kind of gave herself an out at the same time.
I hate that.
Amy's 21-year-old ex-boyfriend, so her ex was also far older than her.
God.
Oh, this is where he is. His name is Peter, Guagenti.
She is not into common names.
No. She's into the Italian.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not going to make a gross reference right there. Okay. So
sausage. I heard it.
That's what I was thinking. Italian sausage. Okay. Sorry. Her 21-year-old ex-boyfriend, Peter Guagenti, or whatever his name is, he's arrested and sentenced to 6 months in jail because he's the one who sold her the gun and he drove her to the
him
to the house.
Wow.
So he got 6 months for that, for being the getaway driver and selling a 17-year-old a gun. So Amy has taken a plea. She has admitted guilt. She hasn't been sentenced yet. There's like that period of time.
Okay. Yes.
Sentences. Investigators now turn their attention on Joey. They uncover multiple motel receipts as well as registration cards at motels that are all signed Joe Buttafuoco.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
You dumbass.
Yes. Signed his name. He didn't use like a fake name like Fred Flintstone or something.
Yeah,
nope,
something.
He signed his own name.
That's smart.
In New York, statutory rape is considered having sex with anyone under the age of 17. His relationship with Amy began 6 weeks before her 17th birthday.
Ooh, yes.
Mm-hmm. So some people were like, this is stupid. What's the difference? Blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I also was of the mind of, I don't see that this was all her on her own.
No, he's the adult in this situation, so.
We could use air quotes with the adult.
Yeah,
oh, hi,
adult.
Blue just got up and shook. Sorry. Sorry, she just woke up. She was napping through this. This is a very exciting episode.
Yeah, she's like, heard it.
Right, she's like, yeah. So Mary Jo makes continuous statements to the press expressing her anger at the DA for accepting Amy's story over her husband's.
Oh.
She's like, this is absurd. She stands by her husband. She doesn't believe he's ever had any kind of relationship with Amy Fisher.
Oh, she's dreaming.
Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of news clips being broadcast of photos of the Buttafuocos holding hands and kissing for the cameras. Like, this has made their marriage stronger. It's nauseating. It's really nauseating.
No.
Then a tabloid news show called Hard Copy broadcasts a secretly recorded video of Amy just hours before she was going to court to plead guilty. And in this video, she is talking to her current boyfriend, 30-year-old Paul Macaulay or Makeley or something. 30.
She has another. How'd she get another? She's supposed to be.
I don't know. And apparently she's not in love with Joey anymore because the shooting just.
It took it away. It was like, it solved it.
So now she's got 30-year-old Paul. And this is like, okay, so she goes to court for sentencing in December. So the shooting happens in May. She takes a plea deal. Like, this is all in a couple of months. So she's in love with Joey. Now she's not in love with Joey. She's also out on bail. Yeah. And she's taken a plea deal. And where does she have time to meet a 30-year-old boyfriend?
Right.
Like,
are you still taking high school classes too? God.
Wow. She's talking to her current boyfriend in this video that they broadcast, telling him she wants to marry him so that they can have conjugal visits in prison.
Oh, stop it. Yeah.
She tells Paul that her lawyer believes requiring people to be married for conjugal visits was unconstitutional and that she wanted to challenge that law on this matter. This is where she's like found her
That's
voice.
Very important. Oh, yes. She's going to hang her hat on this. Okay.
Exactly. Like, like Mary Jo could be like, now I'm going to stand for gun control. But Amy Fisher is going to go for you shouldn't have to be married to have conjugal visits. I'm like, oh, God, she's so
wow.
So, wait, I'm sorry. There's more.
Oh.
Quote from the video from
wonderful,
Amy.
Wonderful.
When she said that she wants to change this law. That will keep my name in the press. This is what she wants to be associated with.
Wonderful.
I want my name in the press. Why? Because I can make a lot. If I'm going through all this pain and suffering, I'm getting a Ferrari.
Yeah, but you're not going to be out to drive it probably. So that's wonderful, Amy.
What?
Wow. Delusions run deep in this one.
Right. The video is so damaging to Amy's credibility that the DA decides not to pursue any charges against Joey.
Wow.
So that pretty much, she just fucked up the whole statutory, right? They determined that her lack of remorse and her erratic behavior, which included 2 more suicide attempts.
Holy cow.
Since the shooting, won't make her a credible witness against Joey.
Yeah, she's kind of screwed herself in many ways.
Yeah. And still found a way to find a 30-year-old boyfriend.
I know.
I'm so, wow. Okay. Then, in December of 1992, Amy goes to court for sentencing. She hasn't even been sentenced yet. Like,
holy shit.
Shut your
she
pie hole.
Had time.
Right. Shut your pie hole until you get sentenced before you make it work. But no.
She is not open to that. Okay.
So Amy goes to court for sentencing. Mary Jo reads a statement she's prepared. And this was, I'm gonna read to you a quote from her statement.
Okay.
I ask that this court recommend that she serve at least 7.5 years. The bullet is still lodged in the base of my brain and causes me constant pain and suffering. And if there's any unnatural movement of the bullet, I am faced with paralysis and perhaps even death.
Holy shit.
Right? My 2 beautiful children are having a difficult time leaving me alone. They are afraid I may not be there when I get home, when they get home from school.
Oh my God.
This happened while they were at school. All this damage by someone who still shows absolutely no remorse for her actions.
Yeah, absolutely. But then,
right?
Mary Jo, you shouldn't be with Joey. I'm sorry.
He's nasty.
He's scummy.
So then Amy addresses the court before
God.
sentencing, speaks on her own behalf. And she says, Your Honor, the truth is I did something that was so awful and I wish I could take it back. It's also the truth that I had an affair with a married man. And it's also the truth that Joey knew of my intentions towards his wife and he encouraged me. These things, Your Honor, they are all true. They are facts. And I cannot and will not take them back for the sake of harmony. So, she's like, if I'm going down for this.
Yeah, you need to go down too.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me.
Absolutely.
The judge sentences Amy Fisher to the maximum sentence of 5 to 15 years in prison. Don't really understand how you get 5 to 15 or what that means. Like, how do you, I don't know.
Huge difference, yeah.
Right? There's a big difference there. There's, so 5 to 15. So outside of the courthouse, Joey stands in front of the media and calls Amy a liar.
Oh.
And swears he never had a sexual relationship with her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I still remember seeing those.
Right?
Yeah, and being like, you're right, dude. Nobody believes you. Except your wife.
That was December 22nd. A few weeks later, on December 28th, 1992, this would have been Christmas break for us, and I remember this.
Oh.
The first of the 3 made-for-TV movies airs. NBC's Amy Fisher, My Story, starring Noelle Parker as Amy. This was the one that I watched.
Okay.
And that I based all my information from at the time. And I watched this one, and it was easier for me to watch it because it was an actress that I didn't recognize, and she looked like her. Like, she very much looked like her. So I watched that one. Okay. Then I remember, and I checked the dates and stuff of all this. 6 days later, ABC airs the Amy Fisher Story starring Drew Barrymore.
That's so bizarre to me.
CBS airs Casualties of Love, the Long Island Lolita Story starring Alyssa Milano on the same night.
Oh my God.
And I remember sitting there with the TV with the remote switching back and forth between the 2 movies.
To see if the stories were the same.
Because I had a hard time watching them because both of the actresses I knew.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had a hard time picturing them. Plus, they were totally going full Long Island.
Oh, no. Accents and everything.
Picture The Nanny. Like, they were full, and they were both.
I could see Alyssa Milano doing that, but Drew Barrymore?
Right.
That's weird.
It was cheesy as hell. It really was super, super cheesy. And so I didn't watch either of them, really. But the first one was the one that took all the information from Amy's point of view.
Oh,
and so that's what I went off of, because I was also 16, 17 and had no idea what I was doing. So anyway, besides all these made-for-TV movies, and probably also because of these TV movies, Joey is enjoying his newfound fame.
Oh.
Again.
He was so sleazy.
Right. I keep picturing him like Drew Peterson out on the front lawn wearing his sunglasses, posing for the...
Get more pictures.
He was playing up his role as devoted husband and family man. Right? Yep. All these interviews and stuff. So he's bragging about that. But he had also apparently bragged to his employees about his sexual escapades with 16-year-old Amy. Not even 17, but 16-year-old.
Snap.
Right? Remember, I mean, they used to have flings right upstairs in the auto body shop thing, right? Well, watching Joey lie repeatedly on TV started to get to be a bit much, and some of those employees went to the DA with the information they knew.
Yes.
They're like, all right, now he's going to get famous for this shit too. Took a little while, but in April of 1993, Joey Buttafuoco is indicted for statutory rape.
Finally, something.
He pleads not guilty.
What? I didn't do anything wrong.
I did not have sexual intercourse with
that woman.
The DA has uncovered all kinds of evidence of the affair. Joey and Amy spent a lot of time together, and they did not hide their relationship from either his friends or her friends. So there were all kinds of witnesses.
Oh my God, these two.
You can't just say something didn't happen when people know.
When people have seen it with their own eyes.
In an interview on the TV show American Justice. Love that show with my
Yes, it's a good one. Yes. Oh, Bill.
Mary Jo says, quote, "You get to a point where you just give up. And they were going after him not for conspiracy to commit murder, not for, anything really, really bad. They were going after, they were going after whether or not he had sex with her while she was still 16.
Girl!
Because at 17, it wasn't illegal.
Is she not concerned even about that? I mean...
No.
It's your husband.
She keeps talking. She goes, and we said, what are we fighting for? Everybody had sex with Amy Fisher. She was a working hooker. Again, totally delusional that your husband had anything to do with this.
I mean, God, that's nice. You're so devoted, but whoa, there's a time for realism too. Reality. Bring it on.
Because they didn't want to drag it, because Mary Jo didn't want to drag all this out.
Oh, how awful
because of her poor husband.
Yes, poor Joey.
Joey takes a plea deal and pleads to 1 count of statutory rape. So after more than a year of saying, nope, he admits to his affair with Amy, because he has to plead guilty, saying that he had sexual relations with her on July 2nd, 1991 at a motel. So one time.
That's it.
One time, just before her birthday. Her birthday's in August. This was in July. And Mary Jo stands by her.
Oh, wow. Mary Jo. Is she kind of liking the fame too? Not that I want to drag down the victim in all of this.
She seemed more like she didn't. She was...
Okay. That's hard.
So he pleads guilty in court, right? Takes a plea deal. A month later, Joey returns to court for sentencing. This is the best. He arrives in a Rolls Royce.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, a Rolls Royce limo. A Rolls Royce limo.
Of course, yes.
Wearing what is now his signature style snakeskin cowboy boots.
Ew.
Could he be any more disgusting?
Right? That's so slimy.
Amy, who's now 19, was brought to the courthouse from prison to make a sentence at his sentencing. Because technically, she's the victim.
Yeah.
In this situation here. So, right? She... In her statement, she blames him as a man twice her age for introducing her to an adult world that she wasn't ready for, and for teaching her that it was okay to disrespect herself.
I just wonder whether she had already been an escort before him.
Yeah, I don't know. Was she an escort before? Was she?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine she was inexperienced before she met him. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so she also states that she would not be where she is today if it hadn't been for Joey.
That's definitely true.
Right. Maybe she would have been in college. Maybe she would have been. What was that? What was the Heidi Fleiss? Remember?
Ooh, yeah,
the Madam.
Yeah,
you know?
she could have had her own.
Right?
Brothel.
Who knows? Aim high, kids. Aim high.
At least.
Don't sell yourself short.
Be an entrepreneur.
The judge sentences Joey to the maximum sentence, which is 6 months in the county jail. It's not a lot. But the cool part, at least for me, is he arrived by limo, but he leaves in handcuffs.
Yay!
He was taken away immediately. Unfortunately, he only served 4 months before being released.
Wow.
Because of that damn good behavior, probably. Joey and Mary Jo move to Southern California after he gets out. You know, fresh start. You know, for their rock solid marriage, right?
And Hollywood happens to be there.
Right. So in 2003, Mary Jo files for divorce.
Ooh.
Starting in 2006, she undergoes several surgeries to help restore the paralysis in her face and improve her hearing, which there were some pictures, like it gets drastically better. It's not perfect, but far better, right?
Good.
In 2009, she is inspired to write a book after her son refers to Joey as a sociopath, which I don't think he's wrong.
Nope. You're not wrong, son.
You're not wrong, son. So this inspires her to write a book, which I can't even tell you how much I love this. The book is called Getting It Through My Thick Skull. Why?
I love her now. I suddenly love her.
Why I stayed, what I learned, and what millions of people involved with sociopaths need to know. I can't.
That is fantastic. I freaking kind of love her now. Yes. She redeemed herself and then some. Wow. Well, that's true. How manipulative and cunning he probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
such a good book title. In July 1996, Amy files a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the New York State Department of Corrections under the claim that she was raped repeatedly by several prison guards.
Oh, jeez.
Which, could that have happened? Sure.
Sure.
Could she be making it up for attention? Hard to say.
Who knows? I know.
I don't, Amy, this is weird. Amy has proof of her allegations.
Oh, God.
Her mother smuggled her underwear out of prison during a visit.
See, that just makes me think of Orange is the New Black and how they were doing those kinds of things. Yeah. Oh, don't know.
The underwear tests positive for semen.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a rape. But wow.
But the court finds her not to be credible and her case is dismissed. I mean, I'm sorry. She has destroyed her reputation.
She'll never be credible.
Right?
No.
In December of 1998, Amy files charges against her defense attorney, the one that defended her when she took the plea deal.
Okay.
And asks for her guilty plea to be withdrawn. She wants to withdraw her plea deal.
Okay.
She claims her lawyer lied to her during her trial in 1992. And that they also had a sexual relationship. So, is it weird and gross that Mary Jo was like, well, everyone slept with Amy Fisher?
Yeah. Well, now we kind of see why.
So of course the liar denies the claim. The lawyer denied the claim.
Same diff.
So the lawyer denies her claim.
Of course.
But in April 1999, a judge grants Amy's petition and vacates her initial guilty plea on the grounds of ineffective counsel. I don't really know exactly how that happened, but she was able to remove her guilty plea. Okay. This kind of confused me a little bit. So now she's still in jail. She withdraws her guilty plea, but she pleads guilty again to the same charge. Okay. But this time, Mary Jo attends the sentencing.
Good. Okay.
And testifies on Amy's behalf.
What? Wow. Against Joey, maybe? About him?
Several months prior to this, they had begun corresponding.
Oh, wow.
When she was in jail. I don't know how that started. I don't know who started where.
Maybe Mary Jo was like, yo, I finally figured this out.
I don't know if Mary Jo was like, okay, I admit it. There was a relationship. I don't know if Amy sent her a letter saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have slept with your husband, and but like seriously, and I shouldn't have shot you, but oh
my God,
I was a stupid 16-year-old, whatever. So Mary Jo tells the court that she has forgiven Amy and that she deserves a second chance. The judge sentences Amy to a reduced sentence of 3.5 to 10.5 years, which makes Amy immediately qualified for parole.
Holy balls. That's crazy.
Right? So in May of 1999, so she has not divorced, Mary Jo has not divorced Joey at this point because she files for divorce in 2003. So in May of 1999, after 7 years in prison, Amy Fisher, who is now 24, is out of prison on parole. So she served 7 years.
That's insane.
Right?
Oh my God.
In 2003, Amy marries Lou Bellera, a former New York City cop, because why not?
Yeah.
He is, okay.
Oh my God.
Vomit trigger warning.
Oh
he
no.
is 24 years her senior.
God, she definitely has some issues. She definitely has some issues.
Amy puts out a biography by Robbie Walliver. I don't know. So he writes it, but it's her biography called If I Knew Then. Right? We could all write that biography.
Yeah.
It's published in 2004 and becomes a New York Times bestseller. So her name's back out there.
Okay.
She and her husband have 3 children, but they divorced in 2015.
Oh, shit. Wah, wah. And she finds someone 34 years older.
No.
Oh.
January 2009, Amy releases a pay-per-view adult film called Amy Fisher, Totally Nude and Exposed.
I should have expected that. I don't know why I didn't.
I don't know. No. She is, as far as I know right now, unattached officially to anybody. Maybe because her age range of men that she likes has finally gotten to the point where many of them are dead.
Yeah.
Maybe she's finally,
already in the grave.
Right?
Oh,
Hugh Hefner, she missed out on that. So,
babe. Sorry, girl. Mm-hmm.
As of 2021, she is some kind of a webcam model. I don't know if she does web video. I don't know.
She's got an OnlyFans account.
Ugh. There was all kinds of other icky information about, like, Joey is remarried and he's like, I don't know, some kind of entertainment.
Of course he is. He's a promoter or something. He's some skeezy. What?
And also there was like some backup. So there was like Celebrity Rehab and all those shows, and one some or more reality. Of them were on it. Right, the reality ones. Oh, then there was a thing like that I read where there was they said that Amy and Joey were reunited, but it was really just a publicity stunt, and then it fell apart. I don't know. It was like there was so much of it, and it was so
they should have done that. Wasn't it MTV, the Celebrity Wrestling or whatever? What was that?
Oh my God, they did. They had who was it? Joey fought somebody. Who did he fight? I think he fought her husband.
Oh my God! Of course. See, it would just fit the genre. It fit it so well that I was like, this had to be. Oh my God. That's hilarious.
It was so bad. It was just so. I didn't actually. I couldn't research it all. It was making me nauseous.
It was just too much,
and it really wasn't about the
case or story,
whatever the story. So I was just like, whatever. Yeah. That's the story. That's the rest of it that we didn't.
Yeah, hear about. No, I don't remember ever hearing about the escort stuff. So I must have heard her version.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember her being an escort. I remember Mary Jo just seeming like a very angry woman.
I swore she was in a wheelchair, but maybe
she had a walker at one point, or like a cane. But also the thing that really weirded me out was, and I know part of it was the way people dressed.
Oh yeah.
And the haircut and all that. I did not think she was 37.
Like she was much older.
Yeah.
There's very dowdy dressing at that point. Yeah.
Yes. Ugh. That was like the in thing. And it's just like, I was like, she was 37?
Have you seen that meme? There's like a girl she's gotten her school picture taken and she's like, somehow I turned from 9 to 55 within a year. And she's got that outfit. That's exactly that style. The short hair.
I've seen more current pictures of Mary Jo where she's grown her hair out, so it's like shoulder length blonde hair instead of that crap.
Yes, the
angry
short
white, right? And she looks younger
than she did at that point.
She did at 37.
The style was to look way older. God.
It was very harsh. It was terrible. It was terrible. And I also related to Amy Fisher because at that time I had reddish brown hair with the perm.
I thought you were going to say you had your escort business.
Right,
yes.
Of course.
Okay. Anyway, you had your perm. Yes.
I had my perm. It was long, so it looked like it. It's just that, like mine, I let the curls form. Hers like made this frizz. It like.
Oh yes.
Was
maybe
like,
it was the humidity.
Maybe that's it. But I was just like, girl, stop taking a brush to that. That looks terrible. My sources: NewYorkDailyNews.com. The very interesting American Justice Season 6, Episode 4, The Amy Fisher Story, starring Bill Curtis.
Bill.
And a Mary Jo who is very, very, very blinders on.
Yeah, she was still in the fugue state. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Esquire.com, RollingStone.com, and of course, Wikipedia.
Of course. I mean, yeah.
All three of them have their own Wikipedia pages because all three of them are famous in their own right.
They have IMDb.
Right? Yeah. Also, those made-for-TV movies, not the highlights of either Drew Barrymore or Alyssa Milano's careers.
I can imagine. They were kind of on the downswing at that point. Right then.
Kind of gross.
Yeah, before they made their upswing again.
Right. It was that period between when they were child actresses and they were doing really good, and then they were in the awkward stage.
And getting a little wild.
That role did not do them any favors. And then they went.
Oh, yes. So our shout outs.
Yes.
We have 2 new Patreon members.
Oh, my God. That's so awesome.
Brianna, who's just like one of my favorite people on earth. And I love her. Thank you, Brianna.
Thank you, Brianna.
She's badass. And Pam, who is the long road trucker.
Yes,
long
who
road?
Reached out.
What is it? Not long road trucker.
What else would...
Wasn't it a different... I don't know. She's a trucker.
Yes, and she listens to us, and apparently we amuse her during her long drives, and boy, do we appreciate
long
that.
Haul trucker.
Long haul. That's the word you're looking for.
Yes,
boy,
thank you.
Suck. Thank you, Pam. It was Pam. You know what? You reaching out and saying something, that meant so much. That was awesome. And now that you're a patron too, wow. Thank you.
I know, you guys are amazing. So thank you for doing that.
Thanks, you guys. That's super, super, super awesome. And thank you for listening to the Long Island Lolita. I am so embarrassed. I'm pretty sure in some senior quote thing, I don't know, I said something like, who's your hero? And I was like, Amy Fisher. Because oh my God, I can't even...
we need to find that somewhere.
Oh God.
You were being funny.
Yes.
And now it's like coming back to haunt you.
Oh my God. That's horrible. I hope it wasn't in anything important. I know. I hope it because I could just see my mother like, are you serious? You put that down officially? Like it's in print? Like, I mean, I know it's not in my yearbook. It was probably it was in some senior publication thing.
Oh God. Yep.
It's out there for the world to see. Good.
Someone needs to dig that up.
No, that's okay.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Back next week. Hopefully no more universal curveballs. Universal curveballs. We could use
universal curveball. I'm like, what's a universal curveball?
Everybody gets a curveball today. It's universal.
Oh, God.
All right.
Thanks,
well,
everybody.
Good luck. Bye. Hey, Oddies. Thanks for listening to another episode of ODFM. If you're a longtime listener, hey, we cannot thank you enough for your continued support. And if you're a new listener, thanks for giving us a try. If you like us, please drop us a like, subscribe, or rate us so we can share our stories with more people around the world. And if you'd like more information, like links to our podcast and socials, along with our Patreon fan page, those links are all on Linktree under ODFM Podcast. That's linktr.ee/ODFM Podcast. Side note, you guys, we're obsessed with fan art, and we love making things with it, like stickers for our fans. So if you'd like us to use your designs, send it to us at odfnpodcast@gmail.com. And if we use your design, we'll be sure to send you a sticker.
Thanks for listening to another episode of ODFM, hosted by Kelly DeVries and Jenna Swanson. Production and editing by Kelly DeVries. Theme music by Eric Swanson. ODFM is a satirical true crime podcast for entertainment purposes only. The stories you hear are serious and true. The comments and opinions are not. We apologize if any of our content is harmful or disrespectful.